Alex, you just fart under the covers, and then you sit there like this, you're like giggling.
Oh, is that my face? Is that my face? Yeah, you know why?
Like you're trying to hold in like the biggest secret, and then I open up the fucking blanket. It's like, woof.
Welcome back to Give It To Me Straight. I'm Alex.
And I'm John.
And that was our worst intro ever.
It's always so, and we're your gracious host.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's always so hard to like start it off.
I know. We need like a minute to warm up is a thing. Maybe we can start by doing, you've probably never taken an acting class, but like.
What do you mean you probably?
Red, yellow, leather, blue, leather.
What does Will Ferrell do in Anchorman?
But unique New York.
Unique New York.
He does like all the things, which are like warm ups for your mouth.
I know. It's just like, we got to get like loosen up to get into it. But anyways.
So John, wait, let's take a minute. We have exciting news.
We're sponsored.
Finally.
Woo! Finally.
If you've been listening from the beginning, you know that we've been waiting for this day for
forever.
Like our whole lives.
Well, 2 years.
So it's super exciting that this episode is brought to you by Every Plate. Are you tired of eating the same old boring meals every night? Want to impress your friends with your culinary skills but don't have the time or energy? Well, have no fear because Every Plate has got your back with their new Big Batch Faves. These hearty meals are perfect for big gatherings, so you can finally show off your cooking chops without breaking a sweat. Let your slow cooker do most of the work and enjoy comfortable, filling dishes like Tex-Mex black bean chili or beef bolognese. And the best part? Every Plate meals are 50% cheaper than your average fast casual meal. So say goodbye to overpriced takeout and hello to quick, satisfying meals that won't break the bank. Put the money you save towards making fun plans for warmer weather. With 25 tasty and affordable recipes to choose from each week, Every Plate provides plenty of delicious variety, so you'll never get stuck in a cooking rut. And with up to 22 sides, snacks, desserts, and more, you can enjoy delicious options all day long. Plus, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. Every Plate will plan it for you. So whether you're feeding a crowd or just looking to spice up your weekly meal routine, Every Plate has got you covered. Sign up today and start enjoying more delicious meals for less dough.
So I've been waiting to tell you something because...
What? I hate when you like hold back information until the podcast.
It's shock value. Also, I didn't want to freak you out. So I grabbed the mail the other day and I put it in the car and I felt something on my leg.
No.
What? I felt something. I was like, what the fuck? And I got out of the car. And you know those like centipede fucking things we have in our house?
They have like 1 trillion legs.
1 trillion legs. I don't know what they are.
So
I guess our mailbox is like a shitty mailbox. And I guess it was like inside with the mail.
But our mailbox is like in the forest. There's no way that
the forest on the side of the road.
But it's like it's in front of a forest.
Yeah, but there's just like bush and shit all over.
So
we never clean it.
I'm not surprised.
So I was like, oh my God. And I kind of get out of the car. And I see it and I'm trying to kill it. And I go to like punch it. I miss it. And it goes behind and up inside of the car. Like it was like at the bottom where your feet are, where the pedals are. And it went under the fabric and like into the car. So I don't know where it went. So I've been waiting to tell you that because I didn't want you to like freak out while you were driving. So it's somewhere in the car. We have a new friend. But
now, but I've driven the car since then.
Hopefully it's dead. But... whatever.
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that you actually didn't like crash the car or
because I was already parked.
I didn't the rear view mirror.
I didn't leave yet. It was like at the mailbox.
Oh my God! What I would pay to see how you reacted to that.
Honestly, I didn't think you would care after what I saw you do with the lizard.
Oh, but lizards are like pets.
What
basically.
If it bit you?
I don't think they bite, and they're little. Lizards are
you don't
cute.
know that personally. Like they probably
lizards.
Is it a lizard or is it a gecko?
And lizards have bones. Like bugs don't have bones. So like lizards, I feel like they're our friends.
Alex picked this thing up in our house. It was like, I thought it was a rat at first. It was in the corner of my eye. I was like on the computer. I look over and it's moving around. I was like, oh my God. And then Alex went over and grabbed it.
I mean, they're cute. Lizards are cute.
They're
different.
Proud of you.
Snakes are in a different category than lizards. Lizards are in a different category than bugs. Anyway.
We probably should know what is poisonous or not in California because we're not from here. So we don't know what animals to look out for besides rattlesnakes.
I feel like you always talk about rattlesnakes. That's like your biggest fear
being
here.
On the East Coast, what do we have? Brown recluse spiders?
I think that the brown recluse.
Yeah.
I think that those are here too.
And they have black widows here. I don't know. I feel like they have everything here. deadly.
Anyway, so now I get to find a new friend if he's not already dead.
Right.
Fabulous. Well, we went to Catalina this weekend.
Yes, I surprised Alex. I kind of piggybacked off of our friend's trip, but
It was, okay, first of all, I didn't know that Catalina was like a separate island. I thought it was just a place in California.
fucking Catalina wine mixer.
And the other thing that I learned was Catalina wine mixer was not a thing before Step Brothers.
Right.
Like it was a made up thing. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I feel like if someone says it, they're like, oh, I knew that, you're fucking lying. Because everyone thinks of the Catalina wine mixer specifically from Step Brothers.
Started like 8 years ago, right?
Yeah. So people started in 2015, like as a tribute to
Is there
the
a
movie.
vineyard on Catalina though? I think the guy said there was like a vineyard, but that had nothing to do with the wine mixer. Or
I have
whatever,
no idea if there's a vineyard. I know that there's bison.
which we didn't see, but
But
everything
it was beautiful.
Every excursion was booked, but
It was gorgeous, but we didn't go during the Catalina wine mixer. But I just thought that was an interesting fact that the Catalina wine mixer did not exist.
but if you want to go,
Before.
it's in June. I want to say it's like the first or second weekend
Yeah.
in June.
So cool. Easy trip.
Really easy. It's
Yeah.
like an hour ferry ride from Long Beach over to Catalina.
So small though. It's like you could see all the restaurants, bars, like little shops.
The island? No, the island's not small.
No, I know, but like the places that you go.
Oh yeah, it's
'Cause-
like one little town.
Is there other areas of the island that you could go to?
I think there's one other place called like Twin Peaks or something, but I don't know how you get there because there's no cars. I'm assuming there's taxis, but everything's golf carts, and I don't think you could drive your golf cart over there.
Either way, it was a cool spot.
That's cool. 1 or 2 days, love it.
First surprise of my birthday month.
That's right.
Right?
Alex somehow always gets 2 birthday.
What do you mean? You
experiences.
always just love to like pre-plan things so early. Like
So
it didn't
it got
actually,
something in the books, you know?
but it didn't feel like my birthday. You
It
know?
should have.
No, but like it's not. Like I feel like I'm not a person who has a birthday
That's such a
month.
spoiled thing to say. It didn't feel like my
No, it
birthday. So I
didn't.
get 2 birthday.
I just don't understand why you don't celebrate my birthday like
Because I
on
never
my
know
birthday.
what we're doing. We can never plan anything.
But just like on my birthday. That's it. I don't need like weeks before because then on my actual birthday, like you have to celebrate again. Just like save it for my birthday. You know?
What are you not getting? Like we never know what our schedule is. So this just happened to be a free weekend we had. And I had to take that opportunity.
Okay, so I'm gonna celebrate your next birthday in December because we have a free
That's
weekend.
so wrong. It's not even the same month.
That's what I feel like it's too far in advance.
Do what you want. I don't even want a birthday party. What's fun after 21?
30.
21. Do something for me.
Is that the lyrics? I don't know. Should we just jump into our questions?
Sure.
Oh, actually, one thing that I do want to say that I thought was a fun thing.
Get there. What was
You
a
know
fun
what, never
thing?
mind. Just
What
jumping
was
into
fun?
questions. No, John, if you don't,
What was fun?
Now, if you start to interrupt my stories, I'm just not going to tell them. So
Tell the story. No, because I don't want people to get
question
mad and be
number
like,
one.
don't
Well,
let
that's your
Alex
fault.
finish.
People get mad at me for cutting you off. So now this is
is what's happening?
This is what's
Okay.
happening. Okay. Quickie one, which should we time this?
I don't care. Sure. Where's your phone?
Well, what are we doing?
I have a timer going for the camera.
But what are we
so-
doing? 4 minutes?
Yeah, I think 4 minutes
Okay.
is the
4 minutes, guys. We'll see if we can answer it. Timer, 4 minutes. I start it after I read it. Okay.
Oh, I
quick-
guess we also were supposed to say like, because we're like, are we going to tell them what we're doing next weekend? That's what we said last podcast episode.
Oh,
But we're not doing it now.
yeah, no, we got invited to Coachella, but then we decided that we're too old to go. And
I wouldn't say
tired.
we're too old to go, but like I can't see me like unless I'm doing like my own thing, have my own little private thing. I'm being bougie, I feel like, but I don't want to be like slammed
I think
in
we've
a
just
concert.
gotten to the age too that like being in a crowd, it doesn't sound fun. Like,
I think it sounds fun, but what doesn't sound fun is like one party or event doesn't start till midnight. Like we're in bed by like 9.
yeah, I just don't know if I have the energy, nor do
I don't have the energy. Like I
just
know
like
I don't.
what sounds more enjoyable to me? Driving to the desert to party and then be tired because it's also taxing on our bodies.
Darty's fun,
Oh, a day party. I know you
Yes.
say this. I'm like, what?
but as soon as somebody told us that they were stuck in the parking lot for 5 hours, the parking lot for 5 hours, I'm like, I'm out.
Right.
There's no way.
Yeah, because there was like several events that like we could have attended, but we were just like, wait a minute, will we enjoy ourselves?
Right.
Probably not as much as if we were like at home. We've just been traveling so much,
If we haven't been traveling, it might be different.
right? And it would be nice to network with some people, but we're just tired. I do also want to say hello and thank you to all the people who said hi to us in Catalina. It's something is so much more fun and like personable when people say they listen to the pod.
Right.
I'm like, oh, we're best friends.
Well, that it's just like it's different to see like some people are like, oh, TikTok couple, Instagram couple, or the podcast.
But I feel like there's
it's great.
levels. It's like, okay, like if people have seen our videos on like Instagram or TikTok, cool. But like if you listen to the podcast, like you're cool. Like you're cool. So thank you to everyone who said hi. Yeah. Loved meeting everyone. But
I actually feel bad for the one guy though who caught me off guard and he was like, you guys look like siblings.
Oh.
And I was like, fuck you. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That was a joke.
John,
and also I posted a video about it.
It took you a second for that to click that he was referencing a video. And I was like, thanks, nice to meet you. And John's like, who does that guy think he is? I'm like, John, he's referencing one of our videos. Like, you're just so quick to get angry.
I was like, is this guy fucking making fun of me right now?
I'm like, but we do. We look like brother and sister.
We do. But
and so I made a joke and I was like, he is my brother. And I kissed you.
I also didn't get it. I'm like, stop it, Alex. Like, don't touch me.
Okay, moving on. Hey guys, my wife and I have been following you for the past year now and love the funny content you put out on Instagram. We have a debate for you two. Do you wear comfy clothes when you are hosting and having people over, or do you dress up a little? Jeans, a nice sweater, a nice shirt. For context, John, this is for you because you need all the
Perfect.
details.
Thank you.
The reason we are asking is the other night we had a couple over that we are close with to watch the UFC fights, and my wife comes out of the room before they got here in her PJs. She was in a Gymshark sweatsuit, of course. She looked gorgeous, but I was in jeans and a sweater, and I had to give her a little bit of shit about it. We laughed and thought this would be a fun debate for you guys, but anyway, thanks for the content. We love the pod. Keep giving it to us straight.
Depends on the situation.
I was going to say, it depends who it is as well. Because if it's like our closest friends who are coming over, I'm like, I'm wearing leggings. I'm going to be in cozy clothes. But if it's people who have maybe never been over before, what are they coming over for?
Multiple people.
Yeah. Are you having people over for a dinner party? I just think it depends on the group of friends. Also, I still didn't hit the timer. We can't do this.
Oh my God.
John, you didn't remember either.
I'm watching the computer. I'm watching the timer.
I'm watching the computer.
I'm watching the cameras.
We need an assistant. Okay. Next, do we answer that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Next
think
question.
depends.
And then I will hit this. Okay. I noticed that you both love to live a healthy lifestyle. I have awful mental health and have gained so much weight because of that. I'm now 460 pounds and want to turn my life around. How do you suggest getting over not just everyday anxiety, but anxiety about going to the gym and wanting to start a healthy lifestyle?
Timer's hit.
It is.
You just have to start. Like anything Alex and I do, we don't look at everything like holistically, like, okay, we need to get all these ducks in a row. We're just like, let's start and then everything else will fall into place.
I think too, you can negotiate yourself every day out of being active or starting tomorrow and starting a healthier lifestyle. I think to your point, just breaking it down into achievable daily goals. Like even if you don't go to the gym for, an hour, just go. Just get there, walk on the treadmill, do something, do little things every day. And over time, like you're going to gain confidence just by stepping out of your comfort zone, but you just have to start.
Well, I actually saw something where they were like, just get in the habit of going, not even working out. They're like, just get in the car, go to the gym, whether it's sitting in the parking lot, walking in and walking out, like
familiarizing
get into
yourself.
that like mindset of just going. So you could take small steps.
And also just like, it's a mental thing. So you have to start considering yourself as someone who now has a healthy lifestyle, as someone who goes to the gym weekly. And again, it's not just going to be overnight where you're going to want to go every day, but start small and be like, I just need to go once a week for a month, twice a week.
You can actually start smaller than that. I don't know why we're talking about the gym.
Go on walks.
You can even just start increasing your metabolism and speeding up your heart rate at home. Like, I don't know what you could do, like slight like knee presses, raising your work, like moving range of motion in your arms and doing like a light walk. You don't have to go to the gym first.
And I know that there's anxiety about like, people are going to look at me and judge me. Like anyone who's in their fitness journey has respect, at least in my experience, has respect for anyone who's at the gym. It's like you showed up. You did more than the person who didn't show up today. So just doing something for yourself, it is going to impact your mental health as well. And you're going to reap the benefits of that and see that you're going to be less anxious, like less depressed and more excited to treat your body better.
I can see it being very overwhelming too, with the amount of like health and fitness gurus
There's
out
so
there
much
telling
information out there. Yeah.
this is how you should start. This is what you need to eat and what not to eat. But
you know what is a good decision, what is a bad decision, you know?
Right.
And that's why I say just start small. Again, like you said, just moving your body at home, going on walks.
time preferences, try to eat a little earlier so you could just fasting through the night, you know,
Mm-hmm.
don't eat late at night. Stop eating around like 8 at night.
It could just be overwhelming though to see the end goal and you're like, it seems so far away. I don't know if I could do it. I think just breaking it down into smaller achievable goals that you could work on every
Right.
day, weekly. But best of luck, and you could do it. Again, it's not going to be easy to start, but once you start to make it a habit, you're going to be like, why didn't I start this earlier?
Right.
Were you both originally each other's type? No.
No.
But mental, yes. Like someone who came from a good family, valued hard work, was funny, could make me laugh. Like there was all those things.
I would say for me, more personality wise, I never dated somebody who was funny,
Really?
who was comedic, who was like, I've dated like strong, independent women because that's what I'm attracted to, but they were serious. So
That's true, actually. I mean, my exes were engineers, so they were all just kind of like serious as well.
that's so funny because my best friends are engineers. Like they're
Opposites attract,
besides-
I guess, but in certain ways. But I don't know. I just like never. I always felt like something was missing in my relationships in the past, and it was the humor part of it. Like we just had so much fun together that I was like, this is a missing piece. I don't care that he's not my type. I like you.
being attracted to somebody is very important, but I think that only goes so far. And I think having a real connection with personality is what gives you longevity in a relationship.
And
So,
I want to reference, like someone commented on our last video that, you know, a shallow response talking about like a girl being hot. You can't pretend like attractiveness to someone does not exist. Like your initial attraction to someone is physical. Like that is how you find someone in a crowd. That is why you're initially swiping on someone. So like you can't just pretend like the physical isn't there, but it isn't everything. I think again, like
Agree.
you could start dating someone who's a 10 in your book. And again, not everyone is going to have the same type. Like everyone has different preferences, but their personality is trash. So it's like you're going to find them ugly over time because you just don't like them as a person. And to that point, you might find someone who's not traditionally as attractive as you would think, but then you find them more attractive over time because you love their personality and who they are.
well said.
Multiple things to bring to the table here, but now you're my type. I can't get enough of
Oh, yeah, I guess you're my type too.
you. John,
You are.
give
You're
me
my
more
type.
compliments.
You
I'm
are
a queen.
a fucking catch.
John, I don't believe you.
You're smoke.
Next question. Would you have ever dated someone who didn't drink? Was that ever a deal breaker for you?
In the beginning, I wouldn't have dated somebody who doesn't drink. Now, I would date somebody who doesn't drink.
Agreed. Yeah. I think dating early years, it was part of like what I was doing for fun, going out, hanging with friends, like
That's how we
drinking.
that's how we connected.
Exactly. Like we met up for drinks. But I think to your point, like just being older, I prioritize health more. And so I feel like it would be a positive, not necessarily that it would be a deal breaker. Like someone would have to drink or not drink, but I would not judge someone for making that decision.
Even like when social drinking comes in, like even having a cocktail, like you having a club soda, anything like as long as you have a good personality and you could talk to other people, like
Yeah.
the number one thing is if we go somewhere, I don't want to have to babysit you.
Right.
That you have to be able to hold your own.
But also, right, like as long as that doesn't affect like the things that you like to do either. You know what I mean? Because if I
Wanna
was
go to a
dating
brewery.
you and you weren't a non-drinker, but you didn't like to do things and go out and
That's
hang
the
out with
problem.
people, that's where I would be. So it's less of like that and more of like, are you okay still socializing in these?
I know it's hard because it's kind of a fine line where you want to go out and have some drinks, but what if, you know, I could see the person who doesn't drink get kind of annoyed if people are getting shit-faced, you know, like their significant other or their friends are getting drunk and you're just trying to have like a good time. You know what I'm saying? Because then they're kind of out of the loop.
Well, it's just a personal preference. Again, like anything in life, like do you want someone who's athletic or do you want someone who plays volleyball? Do you want someone who likes cars and is a handyman? Like there's so many different things that you just have to weigh your pros and cons about certain people that you want to have in your life. Like what do you care about, you know?
My priority now would be finding someone who's going to make me better.
Right.
Which is you, but I'm saying if I was single.
Yeah.
I think,
yeah, it is.
yeah, it is. It's interesting how your like what you like.
It's funny
changes.
too to think that like we always say it's like the bridesmaids quote. It's like people change. It's like, well, I don't know. They like grow over time because yes, people do change. You know what I mean? Like my preference in my 20s, if someone was like, I'm sober, I'd be like, cool, I'm not dating you. But now I'd be like, that's amazing. You're a great influence on me.
Right.
But so like, yes, I do think that your preferences can change. And no, it's not a deal breaker now, but would have been in the past. In conclusion.
And just a reminder, guys, we are sponsored by Every Plate. Are you tired of eating the same old boring meals every night? Want to impress your friends with your culinary skills but don't have the time or energy? Well, have no fear because Every Plate has got your back with their new Big Batch Faves. These hearty meals are perfect for big gatherings so you can finally show off your cooking chops without breaking a sweat. Let your slow cooker do most of the work and enjoy comfortable, filling dishes like Tex-Mex, black bean chili, and beef bolognese. And the best part, Every Plate meals are 50% cheaper than your average fast casual meal. So say goodbye to overpriced takeout and hello to quick, satisfying meals that won't break the bank. Put the money you save towards making fun plans for warmer weather. With 25 tasty and affordable recipes to choose from each week, Every Plate provides plenty of delicious variety so you'll never get stuck in a cooking rut. And with up to 22 sides, snacks, desserts, and more, you can enjoy delicious options all day long. Plus, you never have to worry about what's for dinner. Every Plate will plan it for you. So whether you're feeding a crowd or just looking to spice up your weekly meal routine, Every Plate has got you covered. Sign up today and start enjoying more delicious meals for less dough.
And back to our questions.
Let's do it.
My boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years, living together since 1 month into our relationship, have 2 dogs and a house together. Recently, he went on a boys' trip and one of his good mates cheated on his girlfriend. My boyfriend didn't tell me about it, but I happened to find out about it when he was acting sus when talking to a different mate, and I kept pressing until he told me. I've said to my boyfriend that I feel he should have told me about it from the get-go, but he feels that because it doesn't involve us, so he shouldn't air his mate's business. I've explained to him that for me, if we are planning to be together for the long term, then I want us to not have any secrets and to be open with each other, especially if there is anything to do with cheating, whether or not it involves us. Am I being unreasonable?
This reminds me of the Entourage episode with Ari Gold, where he went...
Oh,
when he got like his wife wasn't talking to him because of the ayahuasca trip he did or something?
No. It was because Ari's partner, like in work, the guy was cheating on his wife.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And Ari knew and didn't tell his wife. So then his wife like went on a huge shopping spree and was like, I'm doing this until you apologize.
I mean, I could see both sides because like, why does this fucking involve you, lady? Hold on. Is it her friends or family or anything? It's his guy friend who cheated on somebody she doesn't fucking
John,
know, right?
You are a drama llama. You love to spill the tea. And so I feel like if this was you, you would be like, you'll never guess what happens. Like you would tell me immediately.
I'm just being devil's advocate, whatever I'm going to do or not. So you
don't think that she deserves to know? But if like
why the fuck does she deserve to know? It has nothing to do with her.
I know, but it's like...
That's just being like so nosy. Like, are you bored and you need to know what's going on? If he didn't cheat on you, he did absolutely nothing wrong. Why do you care then about someone else's life?
You are such a hypocrite. Something as small as a pin hitting the ground. And if I don't tell you, you're like, why didn't you tell me that? Why am I just finding out about this now? Why didn't you tell me that when it happens? Like, you need to know everything.
If it involves me, yeah. Yes, if it involves me.
Okay.
Everything in your life involves me. We're together all the time. Any decision made involves me.
Yeah, but I just feel like you would want to know that information. If like one of like...
of course I want to know. Of course.
And it does involve her.
But
she was on that trip. I mean, her boyfriend was on that trip. I think that's what happened recently. Yeah, boys trip. And one of his good
mates.
Cheated on his girlfriend.
Cool. Are you friends with the girlfriend? Are you friends with the girlfriend?
It doesn't matter.
If you're not friends with the girlfriend, if you're not friends with these guys, it's just your boyfriend went and something happened in someone else's life. It doesn't involve you. So it makes me feel like you're just like nosy and want to know what's going on. If he did nothing, it's irrelevant.
But that's not like
whether or not I would spill the tea, which I would.
But again, it's not like, oh my God, so and so got so drunk on like this guy's trip. Like that's like a big thing that you are purposely leaving out. You know what I mean? Like you have to go out of your way. It's not like, well, it doesn't involve you, so I didn't think about telling you. You're going out of your way to not tell me that information. Like that's something that you would tell. Yeah, you know that you would.
I mean, I would tell because I'm a loser and I don't have a life. I'd be like, guess what happened? It's something exciting.
Loser, John.
But I'm saying like it really doesn't involve you. So like, don't get mad at your boyfriend.
I wouldn't get mad at your boyfriend for the fact that his friend cheated. I would be mad at your boyfriend because he didn't tell you.
That's so
I
fucking
wouldn't even be
petty.
mad though.
That's so petty.
Okay, I take that back. I wouldn't be mad, but it would be something that I'd be like, in the future, I would like to be informed of these things. Like if it happens, like why did you go out of your way to not tell me? Because that's what he did. He went out of his way to not tell her.
I mean, I'd probably go out of my...
No, you wouldn't.
If I didn't want to tell you...
wouldn't.
Okay, if I didn't want to tell you, I would go out of my way to not tell you.
You wouldn't go out of your way to not tell me shit unless there is things that you haven't told me that I don't know about.
Listen,
like that
if somebody...
bug in the car, you didn't tell me that.
That was called a white lie because I didn't want you to get in a car accident. I was making sure I was protecting your life.
Speaking of white lies,
yes,
that was
exactly. I'm not doing conclusion. That's big.
No.
Me personally, I would tell you because I'm a gossiper.
You would absolutely want to know if it happened with me also.
Yeah, of course I'd want to know.
Right. Listen. No, you listen. No, you listen.
Let me tell you something.
You listen. Okay, I go on a girls' trip. One of my besties cheats on her boyfriend or husband. And I come back and I'm doing the dishes and blah, blah, blah. And then you find out that this happened. You'd be like, why didn't you tell me this? That's what you would say.
Yeah, of course.
You'd be mad at me for not telling you. You'd be like,
yes.
Alex, why didn't you tell me?
Right. And now are you ready for my rebuttal? I still wouldn't be right in being mad at you. Whether I'm going to be mad at you or not, I still have no right to be mad at you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know what I would do.
No, because
I would do what this girl's doing.
Because I, cleaning the dishes, was going out of my way to be like, I'm not telling John this. Like, I have some information and some tea to tell John, but I'm not going to tell him. Like, you share everything.
Alex, the argument isn't whether or not I would say something or not, because I said I would. The argument is, should you get mad at your significant other if it is totally irrelevant, they did nothing, doesn't involve you, and you're not friends with them?
I don't
the
think
answer is no.
She's not mad. She's just asking, am I being unreasonable for asking to be involved or to know this information if it happens?
Kind of.
I don't think you're being unreasonable at all.
I don't think you're being unreasonable.
Okay, so there. Done. Moving on. Okay, question 2. We agree, John. We agree.
No.
We do. You just said she's not being unreasonable.
Take it back. I'm her. I would do the same thing. Listen, first off, listen to me. I would do the same thing as this lady.
You keep calling her a lady.
Ma'am. Well, it's a woman, right? Right?
Sure. Yeah.
What am I supposed to say? Does she say her name?
Yeah, I guess lady's fine. No, they're all anonymous.
HIPAA disclosure.
Someone once wrote in and was like, keep it anonymous. I'm like, it's all anonymous. There's nothing that traces back to you. You didn't give your name. This is all anonymous.
Next question.
Next question. You're over it? I'm glad we agree. Okay. Next question. How many times am I going to say next question?
Just go. Read it. Let me read it.
No. I got it.
Family politics, aka taking turns visiting in-laws during holidays. Should the young married couple do 2 Christmases or Thanksgiving on the same day? What if they are out of town? Compromise on a big holiday per family per year? ? For example, we go see their family on Thanksgiving. We do Christmas with mine. Switch the next year. How do you handle in-laws not budgeting or understanding this?
Not bad, John.
That was a choppy sentence.
For us, we I don't think that we are ever usually around in the same states as our families, and we just don't celebrate the holiday on the day, which is like an easy solution. Just don't celebrate the holiday on the day. But I think that the solution is to what you said. You switch every year. Like you do Christmas, Thanksgiving, opposite families. Next year you trade, and they get Christmas, Thanksgiving, the opposite families. But if your in-laws don't understand that, fuck them.
Yeah, if they're giving you a hard time, that's not right.
But also
tell them to come fucking see you.
Right. I just feel like, okay, who cares? If they're not budging, you're adults. You're just doing the best that you can.
As long as you and your partner are on the same page.
Right.
Because if you're not, that's a different story.
Yeah. I mean, I think that that's just a easy solution. What you're already doing. Compromise.
That's right.
That was easy. Should that have been a quickie?
It should have been a quickie.
Well, here we go. Next question. I have a sister-in-law, not my husband's sister, but the wife of my husband's brother. Here we go. No, I'm glad that she explained. So not her husband's sister, but the wife of her husband's brother.
The wife of her husband's brother.
So she's like a little bit further than whatever.
Wife honestly. Of husband's brother.
No, don't confuse yourself. Don't confuse yourself.
Wife.
Okay. Anyway, she has a sister-in-law, someone who's in the family through marriage. Okay, who is really possessive of the family. She tends to cause issues between the wives married into the family, almost as if she's trying to make herself look good. The other wife and I have had conversations about it, and we just don't know how to handle it because we don't want to cause tension for the siblings. What do we do?
Oh, that's such attention-seeking behavior. So is she like anyone new coming in? She
right.
Like, well, I've been in this family for 10 years and there's a lot you need to learn or,
right. Yeah. And there's like toxic family members, I think, in every family, or toxic people. But again, just focus on yourself, as annoying as it is. Like, she's going to end up shooting herself in the foot by just looking like a fool. It boils down to a confidence thing. She obviously is threatened by you guys for whatever reason, but keep doing you. I also I want some examples. What is she doing? Like, it's hard to say as well what you can do. Like, what's the extent? Is she making comments? Is she I don't know, what's going on here? Also, I just like the tea. I want the drums.
I mean, in good news, at least it's not just you, it's your other family member who both think this. So you both can tag team her.
I wouldn't tag team her. I think you guys just
definitely tag team
her.
Give her the business,
You just go tell her to fuck off.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if she says something that is
call her
overtly
out on it.
Rude, yeah, call her out. I mean, I'm tired of people just playing nice to keep the peace.
You do that, Alex.
I know, but I'm just speaking to myself, John. Speak your mind, because anytime that I have spoken my mind in the past, it is a scary thing to do when you want to stand up for yourself in a situation. But I always then feel proud of myself after. Usually,
I think you get taken advantage of a little bit. But
how? From who?
In your family, for sure. So I think you've finally standing up for yourself and
you know what has helped me? Therapy. I really has. But I'm not saying you need to go to therapy. I'm not saying that you need to cause even more issues. I just think stand your ground. Don't bend to whatever she's trying to do. Just keep on living your life. And if she crosses a line, bite her back.
It seems like a bully mentality. So the best thing you do, she's going to keep going unless somebody says something to her,
Right.
Why would she stop? If even the first time, if you guys haven't said anything to her initially, she might have no idea. So even just first time being polite about it to bring awareness to her and see how she reacts to that.
Well, I think it's also killing with kindness only goes so far, but I do think switch around.
I don't think they've even said anything to her yet. So the first time, yes, be polite about it, so it's brought to her attention.
Well, that's
and then
what I'm
if
saying,
she's brushing over this, then it's okay, then call her out on her bullshit.
Well, it's okay, is she taking digs at you guys? Because you just say she's just trying to make herself look good.
She said
in
new
what
family
way?
members.
What?
They said with new family members.
She tends to cause issues between the wives married into the family, almost as if she's trying to make herself look good. So that's what I'm saying. What? Is she only building herself up to make herself look good, or is she taking digs at you guys? I need more context in order to get better advice here. I
mean, not really. It's just keep it simple. You haven't said anything yet. Just fucking say something first, politely. And then if not, both of you call her out on it. That's it. Conclusion, done.
But if the sister-in-law
they haven't
said, no, but but that's what I'm saying.
Whatever she's doing, it's affecting family members. So if it's affecting you, you need to say something. So whatever it is, we don't need more context. Something's bothering you.
I could use more context.
Okay.
Okay. So in conclusion,
No.
Speak your truth to her. Let her know how you feel. Next question. Wow. Everyone's being really nice to you. Everyone's just like giving you the cliff notes, context.
Because they know I need help.
Because someone literally, next question wrote, I'll cliff note it for John. Okay. I'll cliff note this for John. I recently took a transfer that would allow me to work close enough to home so I would commute and end my long distance relationship so we could live together. However, my commute is 1.5 hours away. I guess I could say 1.5 hours away. So I leave for work at 6:30 and
Hour and a half away.
What?
Or you could say hour and a half away.
I just said that.
Or half an hour.
I said 1.5 and I said, I guess I could say an hour and a half. And you go,
Oh, I think you said 1.5 hours.
Did I?
I think you did say 1.5 hours. I was like, you could probably say hour and a half away. I think you said 1.5.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, I got nervous. I think I'm right. No, it's good.
No, you might be right. I might be wrong.
Wow.
I know. I don't know. We could roll the tapes if we want. I guess we'll find out. Okay. However, my commute is an hour and a half away. So I leave for work at 6:30 a.m. and don't return home until 6:30 p.m. I really want to get back into making my healthy lifestyle of working out. But when do I find the time, or how do I work it into my schedule with work and my commute? Any suggestions? I have a suggestion.
Go ahead. No, you know what? I'm going to go because I was talking first and you just cut me off.
Okay. Well, every time I read a question, though, you always answer it first, obviously, because I'm reading it to you.
Obviously.
But like you pause too long.
I also don't want you to steal my...
You also pause too long.
I don't want
All
you to steal
right, give your advice.
Is there a gym closer to your work?
That's what I was going to say.
Or... I hate saying this because I know like now you have 3 hours in commuting, which sucks. It's just 3 hours of travel that's like wasted. I mean, the only other thing is like waking up earlier, but it sucks that it's on you because you're the one who's making the sacrifice to live with your significant other.
The thing is though, like if time is a thing for anyone who's trying to do anything, and if it's a priority to you, you will make time for it. And so I do think, wake up earlier. Like 5:30 is not, and maybe you're already waking up early at 5 or 5:30, but like even just an extra 20 minutes, find a gym on the way or find a gym on the way home. That could help where like it's hitting into your commute.
Or like lunch.
Go during your lunch
break.
Or another suggestion, get a standing desk. I don't know what your job is, but you
true.
can get a standing desk and one of those walking treadmills. So if like you are answering emails, even for like an hour, just like getting your steps
cardio
in.
out of the way. That way, if you want to do a quick workout during your lunch, it's just straight lifting.
Weights, exactly. Or, if that's what you do during the week, just like going on walks during your lunch break or getting a standing desk and a treadmill. Save like your big lifts for the weekend, like prioritize really heavy lifting on Saturday and Sunday. But otherwise, I mean, there are solutions. I think you're going to have to sacrifice something, which is most likely going to be waking up early, going to bed earlier. But again, if it's important to you, you'll make the time to do it. But commuting that long, is there anything that you could do for your job in the car, like calls or anything? I don't know. That's tough.
I'm not sure, but all I know is I crushed my lunch in like 2 minutes. So I think what is like by law, you get a half an hour.
I know, but it's tough. It's like, I don't know.
It's not tough.
No, it's tough because it's like, then it cuts into your lunch and it's just like more working out. But,
if anything, it gives you more energy.
Right.
It does suck because it's just like no downtime.
I'm just a person who knows that like I would not do it at the end of the day. And so if I were you, just wake up earlier. Do that. Find a gym on the way. And like we said earlier, if you get a walking treadmill or something, just do a quick lift. Or
even if you're just sacrificing like twice during the week waking up ass early to go to the gym, and then you get the weekend. So you're working out at least 4 times a week, which is really good.
Prioritizing your health, though,
Has to come first.
Has to come first. Like, that's what I feel like anyone can make an excuse like they don't have time, because again, like that is not a huge amount of time that you have to do activities or like other things to benefit you outside of work hours. But how many of those hours at home are you maybe scrolling on the internet or like watching TV? Like, you're going to have to start choosing what's important to you.
In conclusion, make time. You have to make time. I don't know. Everyone always says they're too busy or whatever. And I'm not saying you're saying that, but there's 24 hours in a day. You can figure out where you can slot in 1 hour to work out.
Right.
Conclusion done.
Conclusion done. Next question. I've been with my current boyfriend for 2 years now and have been living with him unofficially for almost 1 year. I've noticed that he keeps things here and there from his ex who used to live with him. He was with her for 6 years and broke up about 2 years before he and I met. Examples of items include love notes, hair extensions, a suitcase full of clothes in the closet, old school paperwork, and so on. I've mentioned that it's annoying seeing these things, and all he will say is that he doesn't even realize that they're there and he'll get rid of them. It's been a few months already and still hasn't done anything with them. Even when reminding him, what are your feelings on keeping stuff from an ex? Is it wrong of me to bring it up if I'm technically moved in with him? Oh, if I'm technically not moved in with him.
I think your feelings are justified.
Oh, I was going to say, I wasn't sure if you, because she said, is it wrong?
Are they dating? They're together? They're a couple?
They've been together for 2 years.
Why is he holding on to this shit in hopes that he potentially might get back with her? You're holding on to like a memory box. It's creepy as fuck.
I was just going to say, if anything,
Did you say hair ties?
Weird. No, hair extensions. Like,
even that's fucking weird. Return it or throw it out.
If I were you, I would start throwing that shit out.
No.
I would. And then if he had something to say, I'd be like, why is it so important to you? Because clearly he's not.
That wouldn't be my first option. I'd be like, get rid of this shit. Or like, why are we doing this?
Because they've been broken up for now 3 years. Because
it's not on her to throw stuff out is what I'm saying. It's not on her to throw anything out. And that just kind of looks crazy. It does.
But he's the crazy one.
Of course he is. But for you to stoop to that, for you to have to be the one to throw it out, like you should not have to do that at all.
I mean,
he needs to be the one to throw that shit out. That's fucking weird. That's a serious conversation. I'd be like, this is not acceptable.
It is a serious conversation for sure, because I think it's like odd behavior. But if it's like a tough thing to tackle, like I'd
be out.
No, I'd be out, but
I'd be out.
I'm thinking of ways to like bring it up, and I'd be like, oh, let's do some spring cleaning. And I'd be like, can I throw this out?
Why are you sugarcoating anything?
I'm not sure. What am I sugarcoating, John?
Like that's so passive. Like, oh, wow, what's this stuff? Oh, your ex. Do you want this? Should we throw it? No, fuck that. Also, what I'm saying about the whole her throwing stuff out, don't even waste the mental space on that. For you, like this.
Would you give an ultimatum though and be like, if you don't throw this out by X date, like what would your conversation look like?
It's so funny because if you really look at it, like, is it that big of a deal? Not really, but is it really fucking strange? Yes.
Yeah.
And that would eat at me a little bit. I feel like, why do you have this? There's zero, unless she died and you're just sentimental about something. Okay. But if did she break up with him?
I don't know.
I bet you she broke up with him.
It just
if she broke up with him, then that's a red flag.
Well, we don't know who broke up with who. Either way, he's holding on to his ex's things.
I'll bet you she broke up with him.
And he's just heartbroken?
Yeah. Because if you did the breaking up, why would you keep it?
I don't know. I did listen to this true crime podcast the other day, and this new girl started dating this guy. And she moved into his house and found all of his ex-wife's things left behind. And she was like, why does he still have it? And it's come to find out that he tried killing his ex-wife. So she ran out of the house. So left everything behind. But new girl didn't know that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel bad for women.
I don't think
that's so crazy.
I don't think that maybe your boyfriend was trying to kill his ex and like that's why he hasn't gotten rid of that shit.
You know, maybe find out though that she's like alive.
But no, I feel like this is more of an issue that you do have to have a conversation with, and you're not wrong to bring it up. Cause like even though you're don't live,
but I don't agree with Alex when she said you should be throwing it out, because I just like don't stoop to that. This is such bullshit. I'd be like, you throw this shit out, make him throw it out. And if he doesn't throw it out, like, don't be with him, because you throwing it out is like, it's almost like you're ripping the Band-Aid off for him.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
So
no, you're right, John. You're right.
I'm getting good at this.
I know. Yeah, that was a good answer. You're right.
Dr. John.
Last question. Hi guys, so my question is this. I'm getting married in October of this year, and one of my 3 bridesmaids, she's my cousin, has been dating her significant other for the past 7 years. They have a house and pets together, but they aren't engaged/married yet. But I know she really wants to be. He hasn't asked her to marry him because he thinks there's no rush. My cousin has confided in me that she really wants to be married to him, and she's just waiting around for him to ask. So you know those TikTok videos where you see a bride at her reception about to do the bouquet toss, and then she stops and walks the bouquet over to a specific girl in the group of girls ready to catch it, and the girl has an expression on her face like she's confused, and then you see her boyfriend behind her kneeling with a ring ready to surprise her.
At a wedding?
So, yeah, no, like
this has happened?
John, this happens all the time, but wait.
We've
so
never seen it?
Well, no, we haven't seen it, but like at weddings, people do get engaged. Just listen.
God.
And then the bride tells the girl to turn around. She sees her man kneeling with the ring, asking her to marry him. What if I sneakily asked my cousin's boyfriend if he would be possibly interested in doing that at my wedding reception in 7 months? Gives him plenty of time to get a ring, and I know my cousin would love to be proposed to like that. She and I have briefly discussed in the past how cute she thinks those TikToks are. Now, I don't know if or how to ask him and if he's interested in this idea or not. Am I overstepping my bounds by asking him if he wants to propose this way? Should I just let him be? Or is this a cute idea? I'm interested in your perspective.
I didn't know this was she's getting married.
Correct.
So this is very selfless of her.
Yes.
If it's your wedding, you do whatever you want, then it's cute.
Yeah, because it's like, it's her cousin. So
okay.
There's like different scenarios
I
where
was about
people
to be like,
get engaged.
Pop off. I'm like, this is...
Yeah. You were offended.
I'm going to have a brain aneurysm. I was like, are you fucking kidding?
No, but people do that at weddings. Like and obviously if you don't ask the couple beforehand.
It's so tasteless.
Yeah, but like you're stealing their thunder. It's just inappropriate to do. But in this case, because it's your idea,
right.
I think like if you're both cool with that, I love it. But what she's asking is her proposing the idea to her cousin's boyfriend overstepping.
A little cliff note here. So her cousin has told him that she wants to get married. Like he knows like her intentions.
And
they've been together for a couple of years.
They've been together 7 years.
And what was his reasoning?
He said there's no rush.
Ugh.
I mean, okay, in our family, if someone has been dating for like more than 3 years, we're like, where's the ring? And so I just think it depends on your relationship with him. They opt, and like, you know, your cousin wants to get married. But I just think that if you're comfortable having those conversations with him about proposing, because I'm sure that they've been brought up before, but unless he's one of those people that he's like, I'm sick of this, stop asking me, you know.
Whatever, shit or get off the pot, bro. That's what your dad said to me.
Exactly. And we were only together for not even 2 years.
I know.
And so I just think that.
The worst he's going to say is no.
Exactly. Like he doesn't have to propose just because you're telling him.
Okay, so let's tell her how she should go about saying it to him. Because I think saying it in a way that's kind of like just chill, like, hey.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you were planning on proposing to my cousin this year, but
great idea.
She mentioned this to me in the past, and I wanted to let you know that I'd be totally cool. You know, I spoke with my husband or whatever, my fiance, and we'd be totally cool if like this is how you want to do it. Just putting it out there.
The only thing that really sucks is like then the pressure is on him. It still has pressure on him, and then also it's not an intimate
again thing. But that's up to him to choose,
right? But I could see like I'd feel so much pressure because it's like, oh yeah, sure, and then now I have to propose to her in front of like 200 people.
You don't have to say yeah, sure.
But if you do it, like maybe.
But then he's fine proposing that way. You know what I mean? Like if someone said to you the same situation, you would be like, no, I'm going to propose, but not like that. You know, I just don't think that you would.
Well, I don't like people telling me what to do. So the minute somebody tells me I have a good idea, I'm like, I don't know, leave me alone. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why my dad said shit or get off the pot. And
I was also living in your grandmother's basement, so I didn't really have much of a choice, but.
Oh, that's why you married me, was because we were just basement dwellers and you wanted to see the light. And then we continued to live in the basement. Oh, wait, no, we didn't. We bought our house like a month after. We only lived in the basement for like 2 more months.
In conclusion, I think you do say something. Say it in like kind of a chill way though, like no pressure way.
Right.
And then the worst you could say is no, but I don't think it's going to affect your relationship.
No, I don't think so either. Because I think that, again, you could walk on eggshells about this, but your cousin already said that she would enjoy getting proposed to like this. Because again, every girl has their dream proposal, dream engagement. And I don't know if that's her dream one, but like you can ask him or just let him know that like this is cool.
Also, like if he does say yes, just give a heads up to your parents and everyone.
Right.
So like people do know that's happening. So that people aren't like, what the
point.
Fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, because I could see bridesmaids like at my wedding being like, get out.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But I mean, you walking over is a very clear thing that like you knew that this was happening.
Cool.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
exciting. So shall we dive into our Icks, Sean?
Let's dive into our Icks. Let's just talk.
What do you want to talk about?
I went to Costco yesterday.
How'd it go? Was it crowded?
It wasn't as crowded as I thought it was going to be. I'm just kind of annoyed with people when it's still crowded, right? And people just aren't aware of their surroundings, and like they leave their carts in the middle. Whenever you want to go to the line, you know, to cash out, whatever, pay for your check out groceries and stuff, it's already packed, and then people are in the lanes like way before that, and there are 10 people waiting for this fucking sample of like Capri Sun or something. I'm like, dude, are you serious right now? Just waiting and it's just so dumb. And then I just got to navigate with these big ass carts.
So is that your ick?
That's one of them. My other ick is you.
Oh my God. Why do you have so many?
Just because like things I
things
observe.
that annoy. But I feel like there's different things.
I love how I write them down too. I'm like, ooh, this is my ick for this week. But my other ick is
no, but Costco is annoying. It's like one of those places that you do have to find the prime time.
Just be fucking courteous. Like pull your cart to the side. You're like, oh God, I gotta get this fucking like piece of shrimp or whatever.
It's stressful.
Anyways, my ick for Alex is, you know, I'm pretty courteous when I have to fart. I leave the room. I'm courteous. I fart in the kitchen. I waft it away so it doesn't follow me in. Alex, you just fart under the covers, and then you sit there like this. You're like giggling.
Oh, is that my face? Is that my face? Yeah, you know why?
Like you're trying to hold in like the biggest secret, and then I open up the fucking blanket. It's like whoosh, right in my face, and you start laughing. You're just so rude. Like go out. Like I remember when I had like farting spells.
So much more.
I fart like if I had to fart like 6 times, every time I still go out in the kitchen and fart, and then I come back to the room because I'm courteous. You are like, I don't give a fuck, and then you like tuck in the sides of the blanket.
What am I supposed to do? Like
leave,
leave. But like I'm so close to like going to sleep, and then I'm like,
not.
what am I gonna do? What am I
you're
gonna
not.
do?
You're reading one of your sex books.
A quart of thorns and 12 roses. I'm not up to that. I don't know. Apparently, it's a sex book.
You and my grandma, she used to read those like Fabio books where he's like
That's
on the
not
front
what I
cover.
read, John. I read like thrillers where people die
Dude,
and murder
just fart
people.
Out of the room.
Once you stop like spending so much time blowing up the bathroom and just like making noises, like your bodily functions are no better. Like
did you know farting means you have good like a good GI, like good digestive tract?
Well, good. I'm healthy. I'm a healthy queen. Like, I'm not going to hold in my farts. Also, the reason that I giggle is because I'm like...
Because you know it's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, I can't wait.
No, it's not because I know it's fucked up. I'm just like, is he gonna...
Am I going to know? Oh, I'm definitely going to know.
But then, for some reason, like, you
smells
love to,
like garlic trash.
You love to do, like, the waft of the blankets as if, like, we're the kids with, like, in gym class. I don't know why you do that. You act like your farts smell like roses. You smell like shit all the time, John.
That's my ick. I'm just letting the public know, so maybe like you realize it. I'm just telling you in a courteous way right now. So maybe
I'm not
maybe
out
change your
farting
ways.
in public, but I'm not gonna like make myself uncomfortable like hanging out with you.
You don't need to make yourself uncomfortable. Be courteous. It's cool if I hear you fart or whatever. Just step out of the room because I'm doing it for you.
No, you don't.
Okay.
No, you don't.
What's your ick?
You. Just as a whole. Every single time, every episode is just you.
Just me.
No, my ick with you is no matter what we're doing, this podcast, going out to dinner, going on vacation, you can't wait till it's over. You're counting down the seconds until you could go back to doing whatever else, scrolling on TikTok. I don't know, but no matter what we're doing, you just like can't wait to get it over. You're like, come on, let's go. You're on the phone with someone who you called.
I'm a task
You're on
person.
the phone with someone who you called. You're like, what? Like you called them and you're like, get to the point. Like you just can't be bothered. Like when we were in Catalina, our ferry wasn't until later in that afternoon. And because you knew that we were leaving that day,
There's two types of vacation people. People who like, if it's the last day of the trip, what are we going to maximize? Like if we get home early, I can knock out all the tasks, laundry, clean up, whatever, edit some more of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like pissing the day away, waiting for our ferry.
But you could look at it from the other perspective and say that you can enjoy that last day.
There's two types of people. I'm the
You're
one.
miserable.
I'm the one in the
You're
let's
sad.
leave that day early.
You're annoying.
I'm task oriented.
No, I wouldn't say that you trying to get everything over. It's like you're trying to rush through life. And like you've said that since I met you. You're like, I can't wait until this. I can't wait until that. Just live in the moment, John.
Don't
hold my hand. Oh, trapped. Trapped with me forever and ever.
I know, maybe I should work on that.
Yeah, you do have to
Maybe.
work on that.
Maybe.
My other ick.
Oh, you got another ick.
I do. You had two. Why can't I have fucking
Just one
two?
was about you though.
My other
Go.
ick, besides you Hershey squirting into the toilet so much, is how hard we are very competitive when it comes to like, I guess, only lifting legs. I won't even say very competitive. It's just like we're pretty much on the same weight, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want get there. Get there.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, my legs are definitely nicer than John's are and just like bigger and more muscular. And then we measured our legs and your legs are bigger than mine by 1 inch.
Boom.
And I'm pissed. I don't know, how hard do you think it will be for me to gain an inch on my legs?
I don't know. That's a good goal though, because I think it's attainable to reach me. Because it's
The thing is, I think I need to eat more protein.
that's the thing about doing like trying to build muscle. The amount of protein, it's so expensive.
To bulk.
Unless
But
you want to do like
I was
shit ground
convinced-
beef.
I was convinced that I had thicker thighs than you. I'm bummed that I don't.
Yours do look like it from, I think width wise, you probably are, but length wise, that's where I beat you.
You have a thick butt. You know where it is? Your muscle doesn't like go as far down to your knee. So your legs don't look as like beefy.
I wish.
I know. You have like
Dainty
nice,
legs.
yeah, like dainty legs.
I
It's
know.
all right. You could be a foot model. You probably could selfie pics if you really wanted to.
That's what we're gonna do down the line.
Is this a secret that you haven't told me about?
I don't want. Maybe I do have an OF for my feet.
Oh my God, John, with all these white lies circling back.
I don't know if that's a white lie. That's a pretty blatant lie. Anyways,
Is that it?
that's it.
I feel like we didn't like tackle everything. You know what I mean? I feel like there's more things to talk about.
Of course, and that's why we have a podcast every fucking week.
I know.
You just gotta give them a little taste, a little taste. Anyway, thank you guys for listening today. Subscribe.
You do the closeout, John.
email.
Tell them where to find us.
You can find us at hello@giveittomestraightpodcast.com.
That's just our email. That's our email.
You can follow us at giveittomestraightpodcast.com. What is it?
Just give it to me straight or give it to me straight podcast pretty much everywhere. You know where to find us, guys.
Just type that in. You'll find us.
You'll find us.
Give us some reviews.
Like,
we got
subscribe,
a lot of reviews,
email.
by the way.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
nice.
do you want to read one?
Let's read a review.
Let's read one. If you're still sticking around. This review is from Vanessa. These two, hilarious. Recently started listening to the podcast from episode 1 after watching and sharing several reels with my husband. Every time I tag or share, we both agree, hilarious and accurate. Continue doing what y'all are doing. It's gold. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Vanessa.
And she wrote in the title, can we be friends? Of course we can be friends.
Duh.
Love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you next week.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.